Today, we're going to crochet a knitted vest with Grandma's checkered. What if you distinguish it by the color of the flower's center? We used 3 kinds of woven pieces as a whole, and all of them were purchased. Finally, we sew it as a whole. These 3 kinds of fabrics are mainly used in this vest: yellow paper and blue fabric, and all black fabric. What about yellow and blue? We only need to knit 3 circles according to Grandma's square hook method. Black, we need to follow Grandma's grid. 4 loops are crocheted. First, let's start the needle. Thread the crochet into the coil. The hook weaves 3 standing needles. Then the crochet is wound in the starting ring. Continue to crochet 3 long needles. Then crochet 3 braid needles. Thread the crochet into the starting ring. Crochet 3 long needles. Then crochet 3 braid needles. Let's take a look. We started with 3 braids. It also counts as a long needle. We started with 4 long stitches. 3 braid pins are grouped like this. Then we crocheted a set of 4 long needles. 3 braids equals that we have hooked 2 groups now. The first 1 lap, we're going to get up together. Tick out such 4 groups in the needle ring. Then shrink the needle lifting ring. After the needle ring shrinks, we in the 3rd standing needle from the beginning. Crochet an eye and pull out the needle. Hook another standing needle. We'll hook it after the first lap. In the second lap, we'll change the black thread to crochet. Bring the black line into any corner. Crochet 3 standing needles. Then hook and weave 3 long needles in the corner. Then weave a braid needle in the middle. Connecting crochet winding. Come to the next turning point. 4 long needles are woven from the same hole. Continue to tell the 3 braid pins. Then go back to the inflection point. Continue to crochet 4 long needles. At each inflection point, we weave 4 long needles. 3 braided needles plus 4 long needles. Then hook a braid needle in the middle. In the corner, there are 3 braided stitches. The middle part of the connection is a braided needle connection. Because of our corner only, if you weave a braid needle, it's round. It won't be such a right angle. Then we came to the next turning point. Hook and weave 4 long needles in the same hole. Three braid pins. Hook 4 more long needles. Next, the methods are the same. Let's finish the second lap. After the last corner is purchased, we went back to the first corner. The first corner is where we started. 4 long needles have been hooked. So we continue to thread into the corner and fill up the 4 long needles. Three braid pins. Then pull it out. The third of the standing needle inside the braid. After the second loop is woven, we don't have to disconnect. Continue crocheting. Third lap. First hook up 4 standing needles. Then came to the middle needle. Crochet 4 long needles. Then hook a braid needle. Come to the next corner. 4 long needles are crocheted inside. 3 braid pins. Continue to crochet 4 long needles. A braid pin. Then he came to the hole in the center and crocheted 4 long needles. The next hook is the same. Let's hook the third lap. We finished the last stitch. After 3 braids, we can see what we started. The place is 4 braided pins. 3 of the braided needles are used as standing needles. The fourth braid is for a connection between 2 pins. So we only need to supplement 3 long needles here. Plus 3 standing pins. It's equivalent to 14 long needles. Then make a pull-out needle on the third braid needle. So, on the third lap, we'll hook up the yellow. What about producer and blue producer? We only need 3 turns to break the line. If it's black, we'll continue to weave the 4th circle. Set up 3 braid pins. Then the crochet is wound in the same stitch. The hook weaves 3 long needles. Then crochet a braid needle. Then come to the next needle. Crochet 4 long needles. The next hook method is the same as the previous rounds. After the last corner is hooked, we crochet a braid needle. Then put it into the third standing needle. Crochet a drop-in connection. Then hook a standing needle. Disconnection. 4 circles of Grandma's square is good enough for us. Yellow producers need to tick a total of 10. 9 blue films need to be ticked out. Black producers need to tick out 7. Next, let's start assembling. Let's take a look at the small sample I drew first. Blue circles represent blue pieces of paper. Yellow circles represent yellow pieces of paper. Black circles represent black pieces of paper. After the 4 long needle hooks at the inflection point are woven, we continued to crochet a braid needle. Then we took out the next yellow flower. Back to back. Then flip over to another producer. The crochet is wound around another piece of fabric. 4 long stitches are crocheted inside the inflection point. Then move to the back piece. It's in the big hole in the back. Crochet a short needle. Then come to the previous film. Hook and weave 4 long needles in the next hole of the front film. Then come to the back. Crochet a short needle on the back. Then on the front film, crochet 4 long needles. Then hook a short needle on the back piece. Back to the last turning point in the previous film. Crochet 4 long needles. Then crochet a braid needle. Then come to the inflection point of the back piece and hook, and weave a short needle. Then crochet a braid needle. Then we turn to the other side of the yellow picture. On the front, we still follow the normal formula. Style method to tick. Well, first of all, let's supplement the other 4 long needles in the inflection point. A braid pin. Then we knit according to the law. We hooked the last one of the yellow pictures. 4 long needles were crocheted inside the corner. A braid pin. Then we took out the next blue piece of paper. Back to back with him. Then turn it over as a whole. Go to the blue picture and hook it. Weave 4 long needles inside the inflection point. Then came to the back piece. Crochet a short needle. Back to the previous film. Hook 4 long stitches into the next stitch. Method is also the same as the previous connection method. Next, let's make a picture according to the law. A picture to connect. We are now connected to this location. Move forward a little. Then we'll start from this position. Connect horizontally. We're connected to this inflection point. We replenish 4 long needles at the inflection point. Then crochet a braid needle. And hook a short needle into the big hole in the middle. Then continue to crochet a braid needle. Then come to another inflection point. Fill up the other 4 long needles. Next, follow this method all the way to the last picture. What about edges that don't need to be connected? We knit it in the normal way. After the side is connected, let's turn him around. Put it on the top, where you need to connect the producer. Then back to back. Place. Then turn the direction. Put the yellow paper on it. Then hook a braid needle. Then talk to us. This center of the back piece. Hook a short needle, where the 3 branches are connected. Then tell a braid pin. Then fill in 4 long needles at the inflection point. Then hook a short needle on the back piece. Back to the front piece, crochet 4 long needles. Back to the back piece. Tell me a short time. Back to the front piece, crochet 4 long needles. No matter where our piece is connected, its methods are the same. Then come to the back piece to hook and knit a short needle. Back to the inflection point of the previous film, hook and weave 4 long needles. Then a braid pin. And then connect it to the 3 branches. Crochet a drawing needle. Then crochet a braid needle. We turn to the other side of the yellow film. Fill up the other 4 long needles at the inflection point. Then follow the method of Grandma Square. Purchase to the next inflection point. After knitting 4 long needles on the upper corner, we take out blue flower on the right. Hook a braid and stick it. Place back to back and turn the paper over. The following connection methods are the same. We use the connection method to connect all the needs. All connected places are well connected. Then we came to 4 places to connect. The point of our connection is always center of 3 corner splices. Crochet a drawing needle. Now we turn to the other side of convenience. We follow the normal grid method. Hook up the rest. Then let's talk about the suture method of black Ganoderma lucidum tablets. We need to turn to the back. Suture with pull-out needle. The 2 pieces are opposite. Just weave a pull-out needle for each needle mesh hook.